Tonight, the breaking news we've been following, a manhunt lasting several hours, ends with a suspected cop killer himself shot and killed in a shootout with police just after.
Damn, he shot the police dog. Ooh, they would have threw him under the jail. He lucky.
5 p.m. Also, a police canine injured and airlifted to a hospital. And we're now awaiting a news conference with law enforcement at any moment to get the very latest details. Also, brand new surveillance video now showing us the moment this whole thing began. This is a Brazoria County deputy. His name is Jesus Vargas, who was shot dead while serving a warrant just before noon today.
He was a 17-year veteran of the Brazoria County Sheriff's Office, a husband and father of 3. We have live, extensive team coverage tonight as we uncover more about the suspect and his lengthy criminal history. We start, though, with Anayeli Ruiz, who is live at the scene of the shooting in Southwest Houston with more for us tonight. Anayeli.
Well, guys, I just want to tell you guys, still a very active scene out here. Lots of officers are still in the area. We're waiting for the police chief to be able to come down here and give us more information. But I want to walk you guys through what happened within the last 2 hours. We were in the parking lot as they were searching for the suspect. We were actually right over there, and I want to show you guys that's where the scene actually originally started. Right over there, that's where the shooting happened. I just spoke to some employees at a business right here, and they say the suspect rocked right in front of all of these businesses you see here, and they tell us that they believe he was actually hiding in the back. They believe, obviously, they were really scared because they say they go and dump the trash in the back of this property, and they believe that he might have been hiding there the entire time. Now, when we were in the parking lot, guys, we heard gunshots going off, and we saw officers rushing this way to make their way over here. And then shortly minutes after, that's when we saw that they loaded up a canine into a chopper. And then we saw lots of peace in the area, and we believe that's obviously shortly after, that's when the suspect died out here in the scene. Again, we see lots of officers gathered in that corner, and that's where we believe the shooting actually occurred. And
damn, I wonder if this guy been to jail before, and he said, I ain't going back. RIP to that officer. Damn, and they treated the dog like, they really treat those dogs like they human, like they let those dogs, huh?
Of course, we're waiting for the police chief to arrive here. Lots of other people. I see the DA just arrived, Sean Tier, here to the scene. Again, lots of heavy presence from all law enforcement agents.
And it's like some Law and Order shit. Like, you don't never, the DA walking, that's crazy. It's some Law and Order.
Agencies across the area. We know that the U.S. Marshals are out here, constables are out here, HPD, DPS. Again, we saw two DPS choppers land out here in the area. But again, the businesses out here are pretty frightened. They said they didn't expect this, and they didn't expect that the suspect would still be here in the area. They said that they thought that the suspect had actually gone to the apartments just down the street, and were pretty shocked to see that he was still here when all of this transpired. And of course, we're going to wait for the police chief to be able to provide us with more details on what exactly happened and how they were able to get the suspect. Guys, we'll send it back to you.
Very chaotic. Thank you for laying that out for us, Anayeli. And of course, you were showing the DA, Harris County DA, Sean Tier. He'll probably be part of that news conference. Thank you, Anayeli.
All right, right now we want to go just across the same parking lot to Matt Doherty. Matt, what can you tell us about the effort to save that police canine?
Well, first I want to show you where the search efforts ended, where that suspect was ultimately shot and killed. It's going to be right on the side of this strip center here, next to the O'Reilly's Auto Parts store. We don't know much about the confrontation, how it went down, or what exactly transpired, but we do know what did happen during that shootout is that one of the U.S. Marshals canines was hit by at least one of those bullets. I want you to take a look at some of the video we caught in the last hour or so of the first of those two DPS helicopters that you heard Anayeli talking about a minute ago. The first one landed in this parking lot, and it was to transport that canine who had been injured to the veterinary hospital so that it could get some treatment. We still don't know the condition that it's in right now, but we do know as of last update that it was in stable condition. However, those things can change very quickly, but we do know as of about 30 minutes or so ago that that U.S. Marshals Federal K-9 is in stable condition. So we're all hoping for the best from him. If you want to take a look over here, this is that area where all those officers are. They started coming out, I would say, just before 5 o'clock. That's when my photojournalist Ryan and I were down the street kind of monitoring the situation. And
what was the original warrant for? What was so bad that he had to take somebody's life?
Just started flying up Stella Link toward the location where the original shooting happened in the first place. So we didn't know exactly what was going on, but we were very surprised, I have to tell you, that they found the suspect just on the other side of this strip center, just a few hundred yards from where that original shooting took place, where that deputy from Brazoria County was shot and killed.
Hey guys, the truck that we believe was involved in this is actually about to be towed away right now. This brown colored truck has a few bullet holes in the sides. One of the back rear tires is also flat, and you can see the Houston Police Department is about to tow that all off. But when we talk about that surveillance video, that is what you can see this truck in that surveillance video. And as an officer is ducked behind one of his cruisers, you see a quick flash of someone wearing black run the opposite direction. And again, this video was obtained by KHOU. And again, in that video, you can see this brown truck that I mentioned that had the bullet holes in one of the windows. It looks like there's some damage to the side. A back rear tire is flattened, and an officer is ducked behind, and he is shooting, and we see a black flash run across the screen, possibly the suspect, but not sure right now. But again, this scene has been insanely active throughout the day. As you've heard, right now there's still a helicopter flying around, loads of law enforcement still on scene gathering evidence. But that surveillance video gives you a glimpse at what unfolded and gives you a glimpse of some of the chaos that played out. The suspect actually pulled up and was a passenger inside this truck, and he got out and opened fire. Of course, police have
he probably didn't even know what it was for. What?
Not given much information, but we are hoping to get new details as we lead into this news
He put somebody else in a bad predicament. Somebody else getting their truck towed, not even his.
Conference or more information from the district attorney, police, and possibly Mayor Whitmire. But again, Houston Police has that truck unloaded up in this tow truck, likely ready to set off any time now. But in that surveillance video, you can see this truck.
For the law enforcement community,
they got like 6 reporters out here.
A tough blow for our entire community. This is news obviously none of us want to hear. And as you mentioned, after the shots rang out this morning, Deputy Vargas was brought here to Ben Taub Hospital. He was in that emergency room, and at some point right around 3:30 this afternoon, a medical examiner's vehicle took his body to the Harris County Medical Examiner's office, followed by a large procession of dozens of law enforcement officers, both from from here in Harris County and from Brazoria County as well.
R.I.P. to this man right here.
County Sheriff's Office. Again, as you mentioned, a father of 3, and he leaves behind a loving wife. We also know, yes, he was a part of the Gulf Coast Violent Offenders Task Force, but we're learning more about who he was as a person, as a man, and as a law enforcement officer from the Brazoria County Sheriff's Office. In a post on social media, they call him a dedicated public servant known for his integrity, compassion, and commitment to our community, calling Deputy Vargas as well more than a team member, saying that he was a friend, a mentor, and an inspiration to everyone he knew. Now, I will say I spoke to the Brazoria County Sheriff, Bo Stallman, off camera today, and he was visibly shaken, obviously, by what took place today. Hear what else he had to say about his fallen deputy.
Today is an awful and tragic day for the community, for our county. Mr. Vargas was a 17-year veteran with the department and served very dedicatedly.
He looked like a loving guy. Look at his little cheeks. He looked like a fun fucking person. 3 kids, maybe have grandkids or waiting for him. Who knows? But that guy fucking, I guess he got what he deserved, but this officer, man. In that situation, there's no eye for an eye because his life wasn't worth his life right here, this officer's. So it's still unfair. Let me know what you think, Cave, to all the RP to this officer. Duty's over.